Nice. I love. All right. So can I have a thoroughly ignorant American take on language and idioms?
And sausage sizzle.
I find British English, the differentiators in terms of words and terms and stuff, to be familiar yet impenetrable. I find the Australian difference just so delightful. A sausage sizzle and a cake stall. I want both of those. This is so great. And so apparently people are just setting up little grills.
Now, it's the law in Australia that you have to vote? Am I remembering that correct?
Oh, I don't know. Is it?
I think there's a compulsory. Roger fell out of the chat. Roger, is it the rule in Australia that you have to vote as a compulsory?
Yes, it's compulsory.
Yeah. Okay.
Ironically enough, it was early 1900s by the which is interesting because the Conservative Party is the Liberal Party. The Liberal Party of Australia is a Conservative Party, and the Labor Party is the Liberal Party. But the Conservative Party, they kind of pushed that through so they could get the hinterland votes, because they knew if they just relied on the urban votes, they wouldn't get in. So they forced everyone to vote. So they knew they'd get in. But show titles.
I'm good. I'm going to call it the Tesla Model S crash.
Yeah.
All right.
Because with today's, there's just they were saying it in the chat room earlier. There's no way to be funny about that.
Okay.
And there's some good other suggestions on Showbot.tv. Don't get me wrong, but we're just going to play it very straight, very descriptive.
All right, guys, I do got to tap out because I have another call starting 1 minute ago. So
all right, man.
And I'm going to go too. Have a nice July 4th.
But I was Len, before you go.
Oh, yes.
So one thing that we're getting on the survey is that the people who listen to the audio are like, we like knowing about the poster, but we can't see it. And the people who are on the video are like, more poster. So I'm thinking to split the difference, we maybe shorten up our discussion about it in the audio version, but then on the video afterwards, you can show more and talk more about it.
Oh, okay, sure.
So I don't know if you have anything left, because I didn't tell you that beforehand, but...
Oh. No, I don't even, no, it's just sort of a funny one. The one today, obviously, it was tough, I get these stories, and it's really, really tough to draw them sometimes. This one was particularly difficult only because how do you make a poster or commemorate a poster about someone dying in a car crash?
Yeah, no, we were talking about it in our Slack, and it was just like, yeah, there's nothing you can do there. That's
right. So the Louis Rossmann story seemed pretty interesting to me. One of the reasons why was because I didn't know who Louis Rossmann was, and here he was, this kind of coming out against Apple in this sort of defiant way. So originally what I was going to do is I was going to do this little kind of cartoon of this Manhattanite, this Louis Rossmann, until I went and looked him up, and I'm like, okay, he's a good-looking dude. I'll actually just draw him and make him a part of the story, making him this literally a poster child for the Fair Repair Act.
Well, yeah, and you have the whole bill that's, an underdog bill that's probably not going to make it, but there's people fighting for it in New York.
Exactly. So it was this kind of there was a little bit more humor there. The fact that we have someone in the chat room who actually went by the store today to go see what he had done, and if his store was still open was pretty cool. So. This one was an interesting one to do, only because it was quick, it was easy. I'm pretty good at caricatures, so it was a pretty quick little take on Rossmann, and it just it was just sort of a for people. That's the one thing about when I do these posters, I try to think, is there anything beyond like, would someone want to hang this up? Would someone want to put this in their cubicle or whatever, or frame it or whatever? And this one is just so esoteric. It's so strange. like it begs the question, well, what is the Fair Repair Act? So a lot of people may not have heard about it. So
well, the people who are really excited about this, and there are plenty of them, might get very excited about the poster too. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we will see. I mean, it was one of these things where it's very niche, right? It's very, very, there's a very small market for this sort of thing. But like you said, if there's someone who's interested in the Fair Repair Act, it might be something to put up, and it starts a conversation. That's one of the things I try to do with the drawings, at least start a conversation, because they're sort of out of context, and just a little bit interesting. But yeah,
no, I like that. That was a good call too.
Yeah.
I made a great poster.
I had done Apple, Spotify in the past, and so I thought, well, this will be interesting, and it turned out I was just going to draw this kind of like, crazy looking, New Yorker. But then I realized that, well, no, this guy is a real guy.
No, he's got a visual presence, so people who know his channel will recognize him.
Right, exactly. Yeah. That's why when I just tweeted it out, I tagged him, but it doesn't seem like he uses his Twitter all that much. But who knows? You never know. It might be kind of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, thanks for doing that.
No, for sure. I will. Thanks for letting me know that, and definitely we'll talk about that in the after show. Thanks for the feedback, everybody.
Yeah. Now keep it coming at bit.ly/DTNS2016. We have a lot of people who are saying things about day 6 on the positive and the constructive criticism side, and so Peter and I are going to take all of that into account and talk about ways to make that show even better, and maybe make the access work better for some people as well. So
cool.
The survey is really helping quite a bit.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, and I vaguely alluded to it because the official launch is going to be on Tuesday. So Monday's headlines only show will be the introduction to the headlines only feed. But if anybody doesn't know, there's Daily Tech Headlines, and it's up on dailytechnewsshow.com. It's been up there for about a month as we've been beta testing. I alerted the iTunes people about it, so fingers crossed, maybe we'll get some promotion out of them. But July 5th is the official day where we're like, yes, Daily Tech Headlines is now official. You can subscribe in iTunes and Downcast and Pocket Cast and Overcast, wherever great podcasts are sold. Go do that, and it's for people who either love listening to Daily Tech News Show, but sometimes feel like they're falling behind. Here's a way for you to catch up because it's less than 10 minutes a day, just the headlines. Or people who are like, you know what, I just need a quick update. I don't need a daily show that's 30 to 40 minutes. That's your show. It'll give you all the important news every day in less than 10 minutes.
Cool. And while we're promoting shows,
yes.
I want to mention people. I do another podcast on Tested.com called Creature Geek, which is not about tech at all, but it's about special effects and makeup. And we have this week's guest is the legend Rick Baker, joined us to talk this past week. And so if you're a big fan, if you know Rick Baker's work, it's a definite really cool conversation.
That's a great yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. He talks a lot about the past and some other kind of cool stories that he has. So yeah, it's a true honor to talk to that living legend, and so that's at tested.com. And the name of the show is called Creature Geek with me and Frank Ippolito.
Another legend, both of you guys are in your own ways.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Excellent. Well,
awesome,
I'm going to go.
Let you get to your Independence Day weekend.
Yes, and everybody have a great, in America at least, have a great Independence Day.
Well, everybody in Canada have a great Canada Day
Canada
now.
Day, yes.
And everybody in America have a great July 4th.
And the Indians are still tied at the top of the 14th. So
top of the 14th?
Yeah,
wow.
Top of the 14th inning. So we'll see what happens. Who comes out the winner on Canada Day? Will it be Toronto or will it be America? I'm pulling for.
It's the Revolutionary War fought all over again.
All right, guys. Good seeing you. Take care.
Thanks, Len.
Bye. Cool. So it should be good for Tuesday. And anything else? And you got Monday.
Yeah, I'm still uploading.
Johnson.
Yeah, Monday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do because it's the first holiday since we officially launched the headline show. Or I know it's the day before we were officially launched, but since we had the headline show, where I'm like, oh, well, if I just do headlines, then I'm kind of doing the headline show. So I think what I'll probably do is I will make a headline show that goes in the Daily Tech Headlines feed, but then I will also make a version of that is me explaining the headline show and why it's launching and all of that.
Okay. But what are you going to do moving forward for other?
I don't know. The next one will be Labor Day. But to figure it out on Labor Day. I'm open. I'm open to ideas. Like maybe I could just do a quick one topic opinion thing for a few minutes. Or I would just take the headline show and put it in the DTNS feed, but then people who subscribe to both would get it twice. So that's a little weird.
Would rants be weird?
Rants?
You know, like YouTube rants where they just get something off their chest.
Oh, sure. No, that's kind of what I'm thinking with the, like a 5-minute opinion piece kind of thing.
They're called rants. That's what everyone at Discovery goes. You got to do more rants. It's like, all right.
Yeah, maybe I'll do a rant, except I don't always want to rant. Does that mean I'm not doing it right?
Well, the whole point behind a rant is that it's very emotional. Like it's imbued with a lot of like visible energy about
maybe
something.
I could tie it like a rant tied to the holiday.
But would that go off the tech thing?
Well, no, I'd be like the tech of labor and my rant about tech of labor on Labor Day, or the tech of independence and how it gives us. I don't know. It's a horrible idea.
I mean, I could see it. Like you could probably touch upon like automation, like automation's coming. Blah blah blah. What was that study that said like these particular 10 jobs are at risk of being automated out of existence, where either through computers or a combination of computers, robotic technology, people won't be ever doing them again, kind of thing. It's like, don't fear just I don't know what to tell people. I would probably just say SOL. It's going to hurt for a generation or two.
Biocast says I should do a rant on why I don't like rants.
Cool.
I could do that once.
You could do one on the one thing that it's hard because technology is so fluxed all the time. But not predictions. That would be good for the end of the year. Maybe a viewer's choice where they submit like their top 3.
That's a great year-ender, that kind of thing. But the whole point of the holiday episodes is that there are things I can do very quickly and efficiently. And if you start to bring in votes, then that adds a complication to that. So I'm not sure that works there.
Why don't you pick your favorite piece of retro tech?
That's a good one for my YouTube channel, actually.
Well, gosh dang it. I don't know what you want to tell me.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming. They're all good. No, we're done. I'm uploaded. So thanks everybody for watching. Have a lovely holiday weekend or regular weekend, depending on what country you live in.
Drive safe.
And as soon as I can actually find the Hangout, there it is, I will end the broadcast.
I'm looking forward to custard.
Yay, custard.